All right. Shalom Akim. Hey, we would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, HaKadosh. We also want to give double honors to our apostles, the great millstone, Ruel, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. I'm Zahabi to my left. All right, today we're going to go into a live stream, all right, entitled, you cause your own sufferings through the serpent's customs. You cause your own sufferings by way of living through the serpent's philosophies. Mm-hmm. All right, because we're coming into a time where you're seeing the results of a lifestyle that was promoted to you.
Yep.
All right, now 2021, you're seeing an all-time failed marriage rate, failed relationship,
yep,
unhappiness, all-time obesity rate with our people,
yep,
all-time murder rate amongst our neighborhoods,
divorce rate,
all-time divorce rate. All right, everything that the serpent promoted to you has reaped failure.
Yep. And see what, if I can add
yep.
to what you're saying, Esau, Edom, which we refer to the serpent. We're speaking of Esau, Edom. All right, because Esau, Edom, all right, he was the serpent back in the garden, if you can receive it. All right, and the scriptures say he was more subtle than any beast. Now, just an example, to just prove what the brother is saying, like when you go to the crack era, you didn't, in the 60s, it wasn't 50s, it wasn't no crackheads.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's another thing. Like all we know is seeing crackheads
walking around.
Yeah, it was once upon a time there was no crackheads.
Yep.
And see, the crackheads that we see, all right, are what, man? The people that suffered from the doctrine of the serpent through their drugs. See, it took the crack era to hit, and people were smoking it, but they didn't know the end result was gonna be this.
Mm-hmm.
You see. So just like all these other philosophies, the feminist movement, Christianity, all right, that American dream, all that now is it started back then, but now we're seeing the results. Now we're seeing the suffering of them,
Yep. Yeah, you can get that, bro.
This is Sirach 19:22. It says, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
Yep, because in America, you don't learn actual wisdom. You learn wickedness. Mm-hmm. All right? Because the true wisdom is the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's the foundation, the source of all you need. Mm-hmm. So you have 2021, you have people that have our people who have that learned men according to Esau's wisdom. All right, but they got high blood pressure, diabetes. All right, their life. The family is dissected.
Yep.
All right, because you have no actual wisdom. Mm-hmm. All right, but you have learned the knowledge of wickedness, man. Mm-hmm.
It said the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither any time the counsel of sin is prudence.
Yep, and you get into that, bro.
Yeah, because like I say, the serpent, all right, you go back to Esau, Edom, he is the wicked. And see, it's his philosophy that rules the earth. When you go to matter of fact, let's get that in Habakkuk chapter 2.
Yep.
All right, verse 4. All right. Now verse 5, Habakkuk 2:5, it says, yeah, also because he transgresses by wine.
What is that wine? Because in Isaiah it says they are drunken but not with wine.
Yep.
So what is that wine metaphorically talking about? His philosophies.
Yep.
All right.
It says he is a proud man, neither keep it at home.
Yeah, because look, he spread his military worldwide. And he spread his mindset, his westernization worldwide. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, his wine. Mm-hmm. All right, any nation that has adopted the Western lifestyle, all right, their country has had a great moral decline. All right.
I want to get a definition for you. Because you were talking about that influence.
Yep, influence.
All right, because you will hear, you will watch the news and you hear about the American hegemony.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So let's get that word hegemony in Google. All right, hegemony in the Google definition, it says leadership or dominance, especially by one country or social group over others.
Yep. Because Esau, America doesn't directly rule over certain countries. What they have is what you call hegemony.
Yep.
All right, and it is also like what do you call it? A secret government, but that's not the term. But it's basically like a hidden government.
Yeah, like shadow government.
A shadow government. Yeah. That's the correct term. The water. So it's like a shadow government. But the first step to overtaking your country is to make your country go a whoring after the Western way. All right, a country that we used to study all the time in the past was Iran.
Yep.
All right, during the 1970s, 1960s, Iran had a great revolution where they adopted the ways of the West because they put a puppet leader in the seat of Iran, all right, in the leadership seat, all right, and that puppet leader just did the will of America.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing you know, the women were liberals, all right, everybody was looking like the people in the 60s in America, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
They ran that nigga out of there.
They ran him out of there, man. They did. They had an overthrow.
They ran that nigga out.
They had a major overthrow, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you understand the concept of reform.
Yep.
When they ran him out, they had a reform, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's when you had that war between Iran and Iraq.
Yep.
In the 80s, you know. But like you said, man, just this man's influence, his way of life in the earth has destroyed everything, man.
Yep.
You know, the serpent's way is failing, and no one takes hold of the serpent's way more than Jake, man. All right, and the nigga woman, especially Eve, man. You know, she's fully invested. But just to finish this off, it says, "Who enlarging his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people."
Yep.
And then you say, it say you can't be satisfied in this, this society. That's why Eve, she has unrealistic, standards for a man. Yep. She can't be satisfied.
Yep.
Jake can't be satisfied. Yep. With the car, the money, Jake is always want more. That's
he made us Edomites.
Yeah.
Yep. We're spiritually Edomites.
Yep.
We don't have the spirits of our forefathers.
Yep.
Countrymen.
Yep.
What did they call us? Shepherd kings.
Yep.
We don't have those content spirits where we just want to please Yahweh Shema Shai. All right.
Yeah, something to get.
Yeah. If you could get real quick, just that Job 13:4.
Job 13:4.
Yep.
All right. This is the book of Job, chapter 13, verse 4. And it says, "But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value."
Yeah, you're forgers of lies, man. All right. Your lies are the philosophies that you spread throughout the planet Earth. And your physicians of no value, that means your philosophy produced no results.
Yep.
Westernization, what did that fucking produce? Because you promoted that like every other country was regressive and stuck in their old ancient ways, and they needed a reboot.
Yeah.
They needed a Western reboot. Okay, so they took that Western reboot, and now look at them, man. See, what those countries had that you didn't have was structure. All right, they had tradition. And the tradition had systems that maintained the integrity and the existence of those people. All right, but as soon as we adopted the serpent's way, what's the marriage rate of our women? 20%, 22%. All right, what's the leading cause of divorce? Who's the initiator of divorce? The woman, man. All right, because the reason why Esau has our people living in a false reality. They have them living by false standards, man.
Yep.
All right, and the reason why we say you cause your own sufferings, all right, through Esau's philosophies, that's what's wrong with our people. Like the so-called black woman, right?
Yep.
She caused her own sufferings. Look how she carries herself on the planet Earth. She projects herself like the average American woman dresses like a whore. So what does that do instinctively? That entice you to have sex with her. And then what's the other problem with her, man? The scripture, can you get that in Hebrews? Marriage is undefiled, marriage is honorable. You don't honor the concept of marriage. Now, we know according to the Bible, sex is marriage, all right? But even in America, traditionally, there was a time where you didn't have sex until you was known as this man's wife, man. That's why they had the story called called the Scarlet Letter. So now marriage isn't honorable because we get with our women, and then they're not virgins.
No.
All right?
They ain't undefiled.
Right.
This is on Hebrews 13:4. It said marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. So
now you have women talking to Kevin Samuel saying it didn't work out with their boyfriend because they weren't sexually compatible.
Yep.
How the fuck do you know if you're sexually compatible with somebody, man?
That's the way of the serpent.
That's the way of the serpent, man.
Promiscuous way.
Yep.
And what, like you say, and the main thing that causes, suffering for men and women is that they make kids, all right, with people who really just random people. Because look how they dumbed down us. Yep.
You turned on by a woman because she thick. Any slut can put on some yoga pants and then Jake gets simple.
Yep.
And so it's both ways. It's not like we imbalanced with it. Esau got us. Esau has us been attracted to the most unproductive thing.
Because you got Jake at work, especially at my job. You know, Jake at work complaining about child support and all the things his baby mama is doing, and she doing this. She got the police in my house waiting on me when I get off. All this madness. But then you look at Jake. You caused it. You had seed, all right, with these women based off pure lust.
You had a Jake on YouTube, just a lamb back. He was confessing. He was like, man, if nobody ever told y'all this, man, if you having sex with a woman, you know good damn well you can't see her having your kids. You playing Russian roulette. See, as men, as wives, we gotta make sure we're not doing that because it's your fault. If you're dealing with a woman that you can't see having a family with, it's your fault if she get knocked up. Now you slick resent her, but you had sex with her. But who allowed us to live like that? Who has casual dating culture where you could lay down with somebody based on how they look? That's defiling marriage.
Yep.
Especially from the woman's end.
Yep.
And
then on the flip side, the women, they have these 2 or 3 kids, but then they want to settle down and get a husband, but it's now, she's made herself less desirable for a wife because of why? The philosophy of the serpent that told you to do as thou wilt. You see, to lay with these men based on a sexual attraction. Now you have these kids because it's a lot of women simple as hell, man. It's a lot of women, their baby dads are based off outfits that this nigga got. Because you gotta think, like when I used to DJ, the club is like a community, because it's a majority of the same people in the club, every weekend. You'll go to this club, it's pretty much the same crowd. I used to DJ multiple clubs a week, sometimes 3, 4, clubs a week. And it really pretty much be the same, community of people. You see? So that club is like a community. And it's a lot of women that have children by men based on this nigga outfits in the car, man.
A persona.
Yep.
Nothing of substance.
Yep.
I'm going to get this real quick, so I'm going to make a point. Sirach 36 and 24. Yep. He that getteth the wife begetteth the possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. All right, and the reason why I brought that out, because on this side, all right, you went into a woman, having children by baby daddies. All right, if you're a possession, all right, that means you have to be bought, right? So if I buy you and you already come with baggage, then the value of that possession has greatly decreased.
Yeah, you buy a car with the motor knocking.
Yep.
You got an oil leak.
But they still expect you to finance it.
Yeah.
They still want to check your credit. But you let all these random Jakes joyride your shit for free.
Yeah.
You see the confusion of Babylon?
Yeah.
See, in our homeland, Jerusalem, there's a perfect system for balance and stability.
Yeah.
So if you got this woman and you greatly desire her, all right, that was your possession.
Yep.
That means that you have to give her security, stability, all right, you provide and protect, right?
Yep.
All right, that was the exchange.
Yep.
This man presented his very attractive daughter to you, but in exchange, you provided security and stability.
Yep.
But now, and then the token of it was when y'all had sex, she bled.
Yep.
Then you had the token that she was a virgin.
Yep.
But now you give it a woman, you think she gonna bleed for you? But they still want the what? They still want the wedding.
Yeah, they want the top dollar.
The top dollar.
Yeah.
But you got the top dollar.
No, you far from that.
Yeah.
Hey, because you gotta think in our culture, all right, the woman would always have a guidance, all right, a male guidance, all right, from her father, then her mother would groom her to be a wife, all right, and the keeper of the house, and then she would be passed on to her husband. So she always had that male guidance, and then the father, all right, he would get a man of understanding. A wise father would get a man of understanding. He wouldn't marry his daughter off to no damn degenerate man.
But that system was called toxic masculinity now.
Yep.
See, it was the reason why the Most High put the man as the head.
Yep.
Because he was gonna make sure that he was gonna reproduce stability with his daughter. All right, and I'm gonna get this real quick since you made that point.
Yep.
Sirach 36 and 25. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled.
Ooh, the possession is spoiled. And because the philosophy of Esau Edom, he created a gap. Because most of the women leave their father house, all right, and either go into the workforce or they go into college. And the
Mhm.
college is no hedge. Then when you graduate college, because really once you get a career and you making, let's say you're making decent amount of money as a women, now the hedge is completely gone.
Mhm.
You know, so now it's a 10-year, 15-year gap between your father, you know, and then you trying to get a husband. And look at all those decisions that you made, you know, within that time frame. You got these kids. Sometimes you got multiple baby daddies because that's you left that hedge. We went from your father's house to that gap. You know, now you want to get a husband, but see that 10, 15 year gap, your value went down.
A great decline.
Yep, because you learn no home skills, you learn no wife skills, so your value went down.
You know, they got this show called Married at First Sight. My woman be watching it, right? But I caught a few episodes. And first, these men get with these women, right? And they usually get married around 30 years old. They practice like an arranged marriage, right?
Yep.
But what you find out is they get with women who've had that 10-year gap. Now they don't know how to, they stuck in that era. So they get with these women, they get married, they legally get married, but some of the women they still go out to bars every night. They still have these male friends they spend a night over, and they can't understand why their husband don't approve of it. You have women that they've been in Babylon so long, they've been away from their father so long that they don't know how to go back to being a woman because America's a playground, man.
Yep.
And go ahead, bro.
There's a quick one. This is on Sirach 7:25. It says, "Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter."
See, why they sitting up there calling us pedophiles, which we don't practice this in America. You basically marry your daughter when she got through a puberty. All right, that's keeping her from going out and have babies by unanimous niggas. All right, that's like you have a dog that's in heat. Yep. You make sure that you have an arrangement to marry her to a top pedigree dog. If not, what, some mutt gonna hop the fence and impregnate your dog, man.
You know? Then going into it, you know, and when our forefathers, all right, when they did, you know, get those women young, all right, that man had the option to wait till that woman will, you know, grow into his liking, you know, but she was just another possession, all right, of that man. You see, because even now, what do Jake say? All right, when women start when these young women start feeling out, she ready.
Yep.
You know, because that's in our spirit. Yep. Because you might, you know, this brother, he might get my daughter when she was 12 or 13, you know, but then he might just have her around the house being trained by his older wives, you know, then she get 15, then he look at her, oh, she ready, because that's why the hips, that's the reason why the hips come out. That's for childbearing. The breasts get big. That's for nursing. You see?
And the reason why men want a certain size of a woman, because in your instincts, that shows you that the earth is fertile.
Yep.
When a woman gets done with puberty, that estrogen puts fats on some parts of her body, and that's showing you that fruit is ripe.
Yep.
It's ready to pluck.
Yep. This is back in Sirach 7:25. It said, "Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding."
The men in America don't have that privilege because the Generation X, I think that's the generation that came before us, the men who are like 50, 60 now, they raised their daughter to go to college and be independent, but they don't have that power to give their daughter to a particular man. Because as soon as they leave home, it's over with.
Yeah, true.
It's over with, man. That's sad, man. See, he was taught that if you become successful, nothing else really fucking matters.
Yep.
If you make a certain amount of money as a woman, nothing else really matters, man.
They get the bag philosophy has destroyed you Israelites, man.
Yep.
All right, because you niggas got the bag, but you destroyed, man. Now you're Satanists. All right. Now the women, all right, are really useless.
And half of them are lesbians, though.
Yep.
When it comes to Eve, half of Eve are lesbians, man.
Or 70%.
Yep.
It's bisexual.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
You see, the men, all right, are unfit to lead households, you know, but everybody chasing the bag, you know, but no one has wisdom, man. You see, but the way of the serpent, and he told you that you shall not surely die. Now you got a culture where you can die over argument at the gas station. You got a culture where, all right, it's a 50% chance that you can be aborted. You got a culture where, all right, niggas die, all right, over what street they were born on, man, which they had no control over.
No ownership of their territory.
Yeah.
At least during the time of the Moors and the Dark Ages, we was fighting over land that we actually owned. Yeah. You peasant niggas, man, you fight over Esau's territory, man.
Yeah. So my mama stayed on O Block.
So I gotta hate you because your mama stayed on whatever block they stay on, man. You know, down here in Jackson, they just made us some dumbass shit to fight over.
Yeah.
500 wood too. You know? Like they just made up some bullshit. But the point is, in Babylon, the reason why people are so fucked up, because it's part of your error is in your culture. Mm-hmm. Your wrongdoing is in your culture. Yeah. The reason why so many Israelites are overweight, because it's in your culture to either eat slave food or the standard American diet. Mm-hmm. You have a culture that sensualizes food. Mm-hmm. Food is, your body is supposed to extract those nutrients, utilize those nutrients, and to restore the health of your body. Esau took the sugar in that food, all right, extracted the nutrients, and sold you processed food. Mm-hmm. And now your arteries clogging up, all right, your blood pressure high, you can't get on hard, all right. Same thing with a woman, she got fibroids and all this stuff, man, all right. The reason why you don't do nothing about it because everybody does it. Mm-hmm. Everybody eats that way. Mm-hmm. The reason why the women not trying to get married as soon as they turn a certain age, all right, find a husband, because nobody is doing that. Mm-hmm. You look at like as a little repressed female. Yep. What everybody is doing is going to college, experimenting, living their best life.
Really being destroyed.
Destroying yourself. All right. And then, but your error is in your culture. And when your error is in your culture, you become oblivious to your wrongdoing. Mm-hmm. Whether it's black culture or the standard American culture. Yep. Either way, you cause your own suffering through this culture within this beast, man.
Yep. The brother now got a precept.
Come
on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that word polluted in the blue level, because it's gonna go exactly to what you're saying. Come on. All right. Now this is from the brother GMS. Look up to the brother Anai in Memphis. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom, Kahan.
All right. So we can go to Micah. All right. 2 and 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest."
This is not your rest, man. All right. It's like quicksand. If you stay in it, you're gonna sink.
Yeah, you through.
Yeah.
It says, "Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction."
Yep.
Because the end game of America, what the outcome of living by the way of the serpent and never coming out of it, it's a sword destruction, man. Yep. Your mindset is so through, that you can't even be tolerated, man.
But it feels good.
Yep, it feels good.
Every avenue that we covered, whether it's a lifestyle, like a sexual lifestyle, yep, or the way we eat, it all feels good to the flesh. America is a fucking ecstasy party for the flesh, mm-hmm, but the end result is you're gonna be dead, man. Mm-hmm. That's why it says what? She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, man.
Mm-hmm. All right, the Hebrew word is tamah, all right, for polluted. In Micah 2 and 10, it says to be unclean, to become unclean, to become impure, all right, to be or become unclean sexually, mm-hmm, religiously, or ceremoniously.
So if you like a woman and you're playing a harlot, that now you're sexually impure. If you're having sex with more than one man, now you're sexually impure. The one thing you gotta unplug from is American culture. We say black culture, that's primarily our main issue, black and Hispanic culture. But then outside of that, it's just American culture. Mm-hmm. You gotta unplug from that shit too. Mm-hmm. All right?
Hey, because as a man, if you're into all these different philosophies and ways of thinking and ways of existing, you're spiritually impure. Mm-hmm. It's a train being ran on your mind.
Yep. You're playing a harlot.
Yep. And now you can't leave the household. Your household is all over the place. You have no definite answers, man.
Yep.
You see? So this place has destroyed men and women of Israel, man. And then mainly the majority is the women, because the women fully take on the mindset of the serpent, man.
Yeah, because even in 2021, the average working man is not that much different from his granddad.
Yep.
You pretty much go to work.
Yep.
You partake in your little activities. you go to sleep.
Yep.
But the only thing that really changed within the past 50, 60 years was really our woman, because she went from being a helpmeet in the house to the damn plant manager, to a damn supervisor. Now you got something called hypergamy, to where she's not going to deal with you unless you're on a superior level than her. So that created a whole negative ripple effect. Esau got whole so-called black communities where there's no father ran in the household. Little artificial synthetic communities that never exist in the natural world. A whole apartment complex full of kids running around, children running around, and there's no men running the household. But in the same breath, you see the sufferings of it, and they still demonize the thought of a man running the household. What do you think Black Lives Matter was, man? Esau used a so-called black woman to push this Black Lives Matter to further overthrow the heterosexual Israelite man. Or the further overthrow. It's subtle warfare, man.
Yeah, that feminist movement was like the headshot, for the nation. Because through that, because a woman has a vital, role, within the nation.
Yep.
But when she was removed from that role and put into corporate America and became an asset to corporate America and not the household, it went plummeting downhill, man.
See, the difference between they clean, light linen.
Yep.
So the average working man is not wanted in this society full of demons.
Yep.
Well, we virtually don't exist.
Nah.
But the point I was gonna make before we get back to the scripture,
yep.
The other nations, they did something that we didn't do. They came to America, kept their culture, and just used America for making money.
Yep.
But we in America, we totally denounced whatever culture we had and fully assimilated into this beast culture.
Got slutted out.
Got slutted out. So we have nothing else to go to. I'm
gonna get that in Jeremiah chapter 4.
Yep.
All right, verse 22. It says, "For my people is foolish, they have not known me.
Yep.
They are silent children."
Basically simple. Stupid, man. And it says they have not known us. I mean, we have not known him, because when we came to America, they beat the Most High out of our minds. All right? So that's like you could reprogram a whole nation of people.
Yep. Hey, because they, here it is, they glorify the nigga in the hood. They got the most bodies on them, but then when a random Jake die, they ride. That's a dumb culture, man. All right, here it is, the number one, poverty, all these communities that are poverty stricken, but Jake has a mindset of a consumer to blow money.
But we have over $1 trillion in spending power.
Yeah, Jake live in the projects, but blow 20,000 at the strip club. You see, Jake has a very dumb,
Sadish.
Jake has a very dumb, all right, mindset, man. You're like a child.
It's like a child.
You see, the nigga woman, all right, she's mad at the man, so through her emotion, she'll cut, the man off of seeing the child, not thinking about the effect of the child, but her getting her lick back. That's a very dumb culture, man.
And Eve is the #1 home wrecker on the planet Earth.
Facts.
Eve is the #1 home wrecker on the abortion. That's a home wrecker. All right, you being an enemy to the father of the children. That's a home wrecker. All right, you rather be a single mother and embrace your career instead of getting with this man and making it work with this man. That's a home wrecker.
Yep. Hey, because the main reason why the woman and men fall out is because what? Another woman. But according to our culture, he has done nothing wrong. But why are you mad at that? What philosophy taught you to be mad at this man about another woman? The serpent, man.
But you know what? It's heavy. Even a nigga community, they all gravitate to a select few men, and they don't care if he dealing with other men. But when it comes to a relationship, now we're in a relationship, now I gotta be committed. Wait a minute, you were just a groupie to me in this avenue.
Yeah.
If I was a popular football player or drug dealer, you didn't care about if you was one of my groupies. But now we're playing relationship. And one thing I learned about Eve, they don't do polygamy, but they down for the Roman shit.
Yep.
A lot of Eve, they down for the threesomes.
Yep.
They down for the creep culture. They messing with you on the low.
Yep.
But when it's come for let's do polygamy because this is beneficial for our people, they ain't down with that shit. And I was looking for that scripture following out a multitude to do evil.
I'll finish this, then I'll look it up.
Okay, come.
And it says, they are silent children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Experts in breaking in houses. Experts in committing adultery. Blindsiding you. Experts in selling drugs. You know, I don't mean to like ex-brothers in a literal sense, but that, you know how hard it is to like cook up drugs? That ain't no simple stuff, man. The whole the concept of cooking crack and shit, or even the concept of being stealth as a drug dealer, man. But a lot of the top leaders of the drug gangs or gangs in general, they're not dummies. They just wise to do evil.
Yep.
You know? They like wise. I mean, they're like evil princes, man.
Yep. Like you say, anything wicked, you know, Jake perfected.
Yep.
You know, anything wicked, Jake, you know, perfected, man. Let me get
the Edomites.
Yep.
Jake over on this side, the Edomites, because Esau was a dark genius.
Yep. The father of the devil.
You are of your father, the devil, man. You know.
This is 23. This is Exodus 23:2.
Yep.
It says, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil."
That's culture. That's so-called Black and American culture. The reason why you do it because everybody around you do it. Your people do it. Like one guy, Vlad TV was interviewing. He said when he got out of jail around 1996 when Master P was hot, he was like, he looked around, saw everybody in this neighborhood was selling drugs. The popular people were selling drugs. He was like, I was a follower. He said it was part of the culture to sell drugs. Yep. But if you knew the scriptures, then you would have known that's evil. And I can't follow a multitude to do evil. All right? Horror culture, that's part of the culture. A woman thinking she's a player and rotating in sexually, that's a part of the culture now. All right? But look at the results, man. All right?
And it said, this is Exodus 23:2. It said, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a case to decline after many to wrest judgment."
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And that,
well, you got it, brother.
And the mindset of the masses of our people, you know, no one wants to speak against the grain.
Yep.
You know, everyone, you know, wants to speak according to emotion. Then people, Black culture teaches you to judge with your emotions, man. You know, even like this little incident with the little Eve that got killed. You know, she's finna
stab the fuck out of old girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
But then now she a victim.
But she's only a victim because she got killed by a cop.
Yeah.
She's only a victim, which I don't know the full depths of the details of the story, but Black lives only matter, so-called Black lives only matter when the Edomite cop kills you. Then they're protesting. What about niggas killing each other? Niggas kill each other all day, every day, and where's the Black Lives Matter then? It's still an Israelite being murdered, right?
Yeah, why nobody in front of the abortion clinic?
Right. Talking about so-called Black Lives Matter, man.
You know? Or the little chick that you digging on at the club. What about her kids that's at the house?
Yep.
You know? By themselves, man. You see? But then a random nigga gets shot. Nobody knows until you see the notification. You know? Say his name. You know? You don't know that nigga, man. All right? You don't know these women that's getting murdered. You don't know these people, man.
And it's so-called Black Lives Matter. Why is snitching a taboo?
Yeah.
If somebody get murdered and you don't say shit, why is that a taboo, man?
Yeah.
In a nigga community.
That's the only standard.
No snitching.
And nigga try to take that philosophy everywhere.
Yeah.
You know,
at work.
Yeah. You tell your supervisor he's snitching. Yeah, nigga. That's part of his job description.
Yeah.
All right, is to report your work performance to his. All right, to his upper management, man. You'll say he's snitching, man. Get your dumb ass out of here, man.
But you know what nigga culture does? And I don't want to just say nigga culture because I gotta apply the Northern Kingdom of Ephraim, Gad into it. But mostly they engulf nigga culture. They engulf the nigga culture. It keeps you in a subordinate position to the other nations. Everybody else know how to run a business. All the other men of other nations know how to run a business.
They know about the earth.
They know about the earth. They know how to run their household. Yeah. They don't have a tug of war with power in their household. They all know these fundamental things of manhood that your 30-year-old ass don't know. 40-year-old ass don't know. 40 years old, we're talking about game banging.
Yeah.
We know about Larry Hoover, man.
Yeah, you in between, you know, your mama house and one of your baby mama
Yeah,
house.
man.
She get mad at you, so you go back to mama. You get tired of mama, you go back to baby mama. It's niggas that live like that, man.
And you know, and that's a sign that you don't have no structure. A man has structure. You gotta have your own place, man. All right, but you still living like you 21, 17 in the hood, man. All right.
All right, this is the last one I got.
All right, that'll be the last one for the live stream.
Come on, this is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
Yet this day in America, still in captivity. Most of us are what? Either in prison or corporate wage slaves, working just to pay bills. That's the majority of our people.
All right. From the brother Fisher, turned Hunter, Amos 9 and 11. So going back into this Baruch 3 and 8, it said, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity where they have scattered us for a reproach and a curse.
So this is the shit that we enduring. That's just the chastening, the punishment of Yahweh Shema Shai for us not keeping his commandments.
Yeah, nigga culture is a curse.
It's a curse.
Harlot culture amongst the women, that's a curse, man.
Well, did it not say that in Hosea? That your son should fall by the swords and your daughter should commit whoredom?
Amos 7 and 17.
Yep. Amos 7 and 17. And it's another one too. I want to say it's in Hosea.
Okay, come.
Yeah, come. But it's you know.
And it says, according to all the iniquities, all right, it says, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers.
That's why when we got the stimulus check, nobody came to work. Because you were oppressed. Like Jake wasn't going to they weren't clocking in at Waffle House. It was a shortage at Wendy's, all them restaurants. Because as soon as you got your breath of fresh air, you took advantage of that. Why? Because you still in Egypt, man. All right.
It said, which departed from the Lord our power. Hear Israel the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. How happened it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land, that thou art waxing old in the strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead.
That's heavy. It's heavy. And you're defiled with the dead here, man. And Jacob, you are dead, man. What we not called the dead bodies in Revelations 11? You know, lifeless.
Yep.
And you go through the hood, Jacob be in a dead state, man. Defiled, man.
It said, verse 11 says, thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Yep. Dead people walk.
Yep.
You know, because Jake has no purpose. You see, the nigga woman has no purpose because the Jake was supposed to forward. You know, we was born as Israelite men. All right, we were supposed to forward righteousness of Yahweh by Shema Shai in the earth. All right, and the women, all right, was meant to support that and bring forth seed. All right, to what, man? Populate the earth in righteousness. You see, but you have women that, you know, saying, look, you know, like Kevin Samuel, as you want to have kids, and it's an option. That is not no option.
You've been having a cycle since you were 12.
Yeah. And how did you get here? Yeah. Here it is. You got here, all right, through a heterosexual relationship, but now it's time for you to have children. Now it's an option. You don't know. You know, that's not an option, man. That's our duty. All right, on earth. That's part of our requirement on earth.
But that's what happens when you assimilate into a first world power.
Yep.
You don't understand how your actions affect your people's existence.
Yep.
You know?
And then now, you know, we understand now that this ain't the time to try to repopulate the earth. Right. You know, we understand what times we in now, you know, but speaking hypothetically, the purpose that the Israelite man and woman is supposed to have on earth, man.
But those bitches, those women that don't want to have babies, they have sex though.
Yeah, they get knocked down.
They get knocked, but what's the purpose of sex?
Yeah.
Esau, you let this man repackage reproduction.
Yep.
Take the reproduction out and I sell you the pleasure.
Yep.
Not everybody in the Western sphere goes crazy over sex.
Yep.
You know, just like candy. The candy is artificial fruit. Fruit was supposed to have a benefit. What the fuck is the benefit for candy? Fruit flavored candy, man. You know?
It says, verse 12, it says, thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom.
What's the fountain of wisdom? The law, statutes, and commandments, man. All right?
And this is the point. It said, for if thou hadst walked in the way of the Most High, thou shouldst have dwelled in peace forever.
Yep.
You know?
And that was the intent during the garden. You know?
Yeah, because, hey, wisdom brings peace. You see? Because like I say, the majority problem that men have, the Israelite man has, all right, if they don't walk in wisdom. Jake got these egos they trying to protect. Jake live a life, trying to prove something to another, Jake,
or other Jakes.
Yep. Then the woman, all right, she spend most of her time concerned about, if she is with a man, what is he doing when he not with her? That's why Eve don't have no peace. But see, it's when you apply wisdom, when we understand our purpose, that gives us peace, man. Like what we doing now, this gives us peace, man. We know that we're doing something, all right, that benefits the will of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, man. That's a way of peace, man. So now we're coming back to that way, and we have found peace within the wisdom of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Benefits of the herbs, benefits of going into the smells, just learning the earth, man, just enjoying the simple things. Now we have peace, man. We not in this nigga competition, with every nigga on earth. All right, we not at all at Eve, like I said, in the yoga pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're walking within peace, man. You see?
And don't get me wrong, we still men, we look.
Yeah, we're gonna look at women. We like women, but we not conquered. Like they don't control our actions. That we don't center our life by trying to get the attention of Eve, man. If we catch something out the backboard, we're gonna dunk it back in.
But we sit on the bench all day. Somebody I got next though, I got down,
That was it.
Hey, with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to our apostles, a great millstone, we well. And peace and bless to the house of David, the elect. And I want to say a haba thumb to you, brothers and sisters, man. The water for tuning in. As we build off each other through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shai. And with that, Abba Baal, Kom Yashala, Shalom.